What's up everyone, it's Jonathan here. Welcome back to the channel where I bring you the market news in context so that you can trade your way and profit. Nvidia's had a remarkable run of late. In truth, since the COVID trough in 2020. Nvidia has multiple product lines, they have multiple customer segments, multiple target markets, meaning they can diversify and perform in all of those categories. As I've discussed in a previous video, you can find that up here, Nvidia recently announced a 4-for-1 stock split, which is known as a very bullish move in the stock market. If you've missed out on the Nvidia rise, or if you'd like to add to your position, stick around with me, as I will tell you how to purchase Nvidia for $650 per share. I'll be adding context to the recent Nvidia run. I will be discussing 3 factors that have accelerated Nvidia's share price increase. I will talk about their competition and touch on their historical comparisons. I'll tell you what it all means going forward, and finally I'll give you the secret to how to buy Nvidia at a 7% discount. Before we move forward, I would like to thank you, my viewers, for taking the time to join me today. If you would like to add more context to your trading life, please click the subscribe button now and go ahead and click the notification bell. Let's jump into it, starting with the recent Nvidia stock split, which was announced in May. The stock split is a very bullish signal sent from Nvidia to investors to the stock market in general. It is generally considered bullish because it shows a lot of confidence coming from the board of directors and from the management of Nvidia. The stock is up more than 14% since the announcement of the stock split, even though the stock split won't take place until July, almost 2 months after the announcement. At the end of this video, I will link to my previous video on the stock split so that you can get a little more background. Additionally to the stock split, a few days later they reported earnings. They reported record revenue, record gaming revenue, and record data center revenue. They reported records across the board. This is what we like to call a good performance. There are 2 further factors that are driving the share price performance of Nvidia. One of these factors is almost certainly known to you. It's known to you because it's also affecting the price of automobiles and the price of many other manufactured goods. Yes, I'm talking about the semiconductor shortage during the year 2020 and 2021. The semiconductor shortage is definitely providing a tailwind to Nvidia's stock price and also to their performance. Nvidia cards are sold out almost as soon as they come into stock. I've heard stories that people are camping out in a Micro Center parking lot just waiting for one card, as they are limited to 1 card per customer. They'll camp out all night just to get this card. Nvidia believes the current GPU shortage could last through 2021. Overall demand remains very strong and continues to exceed supply, while our channel inventories remain quite lean. We expect demand to continue to exceed supply for much of this year. We believe we will have sufficient supply to support sequential growth beyond Q1. Another force that is driving Nvidia's share price performance and adding demand for Nvidia cards is Ethereum. That's right, the cryptocurrency's rise in price over the past year has caused the demand for Nvidia cards to also skyrocket. Nvidia cards are very good, not the best, but they're very good at mining cryptocurrencies, especially Ethereum. In fact, Nvidia has an entire section on their webpage dedicated to explaining all about Ethereum mining. It was recently leaked, but not yet confirmed, that Nvidia will release Ethereum mining cards. This would mean that gamers would get their cards back. That would definitely be a win for gamers. They've been missing out having to camp out in Micro Center parking lot just to get a card. Now maybe they'll be able to get their own cards back, as the Ethereum miners will be able to get Ethereum mining specific cards. I'll shift to Nvidia's competition and compare Nvidia's share price performance to that of their competition. I will compare Nvidia's performance to AMD, Broadcom, Intel, and Taiwan Semiconductor. I will look at their performances of their share prices over 3 different time frames. Over the short term, since the Nvidia stock split was announced. Over the 1-year time frame, I'm going to call that the medium term. And over the long term, which will be 5 years. And we'll see how they all compare to each other. Let's jump into that. Let's shift our focus to the last month. The last half a month since they announced their share split, and since their earnings took off. We can see here that in the last month, Nvidia is up over 21%. We can see that the performance of Nvidia has thoroughly outpaced its competitors since the split was announced. Transitioning now to our 1-year chart, we get a different picture. We still see our reference point here over on the right when Nvidia announced the stock split, but we see that Nvidia is no longer leading the charge. Nvidia is only up 99, almost 100%, but there's a line above them. The line above them is Taiwan Semiconductor. We can see here that Taiwan Semiconductor is up 15% more over the past 1 year than Nvidia is. What we also see is that AMD and Broadcom fall in the middle around the 50%, 54% mark. And we see that Intel is down on the year. They're down almost 10%. Transitioning to the 5-year chart, we see that Nvidia doesn't win here either. Over the last 5 years, AMD is up almost 1,600%, while Nvidia barely tops out at over 1,400%. Looking at the other three competitors, Taiwan Semiconductor comes in at a paltry 365% return over the last 5 years, where Broadcom only ekes out 220%. And in the end, Intel doesn't even crack the 100% return mark in the last 5 years. Another part of bringing you good context to this Nvidia topic and the trading opportunities that it presents is looking at the historical comparisons. Unfortunately, I don't have good historical comparisons. I spent a little bit of time looking into it. If you know of any good historical shortage comparisons, please leave me a link down below. What I did find that may contribute to this comparison, after the dot-com bubble burst in 2000-2001, the supply chain for semiconductors became a little more rigid. This means that the supply chain doesn't react as fast to new demand. The producers were sitting on a lot of inventory in 2000-2001, and therefore they have been very reluctant to expand their distribution and invest in more inventory ever since. Therefore, when demand for semiconductors goes up, prices go up because the supply doesn't react that quickly. What can we do with this information when trading Nvidia? Well, I see it as we have three options. First, we can use the default option. We can do nothing because Nvidia is very high priced and we don't want to buy in right now, and we don't believe they're overpriced. We don't want to short sell them. So the do nothing is option one. Option two is we see this recent price action as a breakout, and we buy breakout. If this is the case, we can buy in right now, expecting Nvidia to continue rising in price. The problem with this is, in order for this to be a breakout, we must believe that Nvidia has a sustainable competitive advantage, meaning their demand will continue and their share price will increase. The third option is that we say Nvidia is overpriced and we're not buying it. Therefore, we don't believe it's a price breakout. We want to wait for the share price to retreat before we buy in at a lower price. This brings me to what I promised you at the beginning of the video. I'm going to tell you how you can buy Nvidia at $650 today. Alright, get ready for the drum roll. Cue the music. Here it is. In order to buy Nvidia at $650 today, you will sell the July $670 strike price short put for $20 per share. What this means is, if Nvidia closes at or below $670 per share, you will buy it with a net purchase price of $650 per share. A 7% discount today or a $50 discount. If Nvidia does not close below $670 per share, you will keep the $20 per share, the $2,000, but you won't get the stock. You are guaranteed to keep the $2,000, but you are not guaranteed to get the stock. There it is. That's how you can buy Nvidia at $650 per share, or $50 below the market price. If you enjoyed the video today, go ahead and activate that like button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you enjoyed the content. Join me next time for more context.